Hi, my name is Steve Howe, and this is my testimony. I grew up in a Christian family. I got 3 older sisters, and both my parents, and 3 older sisters is like 4 mothers. That's not really, but So, early as I can remember, I always was in church. Sunday morning, Sunday night, and Awana on Wednesday nights while I learned a lot about God and a lot about being a Christian, nothing really settled in, nothing really took hold until about the age of 6 or 7. I couldn't tell you the exact day or time, but I know it was a Sunday evening after a church service when I really felt I had to get the question answered, what did it mean to be saved? So, we had bedtime prayer every night. My older sisters and my dad would get together, and it was one Sunday night. After we all prayed, what does this mean? And how can I know that I know that I know that I know that I'm saved? And so that was the night that I prayed and accepted Christ as my Savior. But so I've got kind of one of these multi-part testimonies, but I believe that they're phases of maturity. So I truly believe I was saved at that time. There was a burden with things that I've been learning, a really good burden. I ended up taking the verses I was learning and all this stuff. I took it with me to my elementary school, and I remember seeing a couple of my friends in elementary school also make decisions. They accepted Christ at recess time. And it was really powerful to see God working through His Word. So, well, that was awesome. It didn't last very long. And in junior high school, and on to college, I started making my own decisions. Decisions that were my own apart from God. And while I thought they were right, while I thought they were good, I knew they weren't right, which meant they weren't good. But that didn't really set in until I was all the way at the end of my line. I felt like that was kind of I call it like the end of the leash moment, where I was on my own. I would have kept going. I would have kept making bad choices, but God said no. And I'm forever, eternally grateful that God said no and pulled me back. And so I ended up going down a different path. It was a very painful time because it was just very painful. But in replacing that, God filled that whole void of abandoning that pursuit, and instead there was an opportunity to go with campus outreach on a summer beach project, where it was a 5-week get away from everything and grow in your relationship with Christ and just get some really solid experience sharing the gospel and sharing your testimony with others. So this is kind of a next phase, right? And it was so powerful. Again, I saw some miraculous things. I saw God break down language barriers, people who didn't speak English, hearing the gospel from people who didn't speak Uzbekistanian or whatever it was they were speaking. But God crossed that. He broke down the barriers, and I saw people come to know the Lord, and it was so awesome. I didn't want to leave. I tried to talk some of my friends that were there, some of my roommates. I was like, we could stay here. We could keep working at this hotel, and we could, this doesn't have to end. But they were like, no, we got to go back to school and go back to college and blah, blah, blah. So, whatever. I ended up going back to college, too, and but not in computers. I ended up going to Spurgeon Baptist Bible College in Mulberry, Florida. And I thought, God had a plan for me, and now it's in ministry leadership or, full-time ministry. And I was right. It wasn't full-time ministry, because Christians are all called the full-time ministry, right? But at the time, I realized ministry leadership was not where I was headed. So I ended up going back to school and for computers, and I continue my career in web development, and but that was a really great time, and then I got a referral from Matt Fuller for a career opportunity in Atlanta. So at that time, I had met Jen, and we had our first baby, Nathan, and that was certainly another phase, having a family, where God said, okay, now it's not all about you ever again. Now it's about me, it's about your family, and that investment also was one that was so powerful, right? Everyone who has families knows the when you have your own kids, the burden, and again, a really good burden to see God work in their lives. And so that was one that it's every morning waking up and seeing somebody who's discovering new things, and at the same time I'm discovering new things. So here in Atlanta, again, another referral from Matt Fuller brought me to Bridgeway Church, where I met a congregation that my whole family's fallen in love with, and I see God doing, again, so many powerful, awesome things. There's believers that have all these great gifts, and they're all unique, and God's brought all these people here for a reason, and you see Him doing some awesome stuff. So it's so great to be a part of it, and thank you very much.